Chapter 3. Required Preparations for Lighting the Creative Fire Within. The Tools. Before you go any further in this book, stock up on the required creativity supplies vital to your igniting your intentions journey. If you don't happen to have these supplies on hand, take yourself on a personal creativity buying trip. This is a fun way to begin your igniting journey. Being prepared is the first step. First thing you'll need is a simple spiral notebook or journal. It's best to begin with a new one. This is a new journey. Make it special with a fresh new notebook that will have an inherent, intended, focused purpose. This will keep all of your writing in one place. You may choose line or unlined paper. The size is up to you. I use a simple lined spiral notebook in the standard size of 8.5 by 11 inches. You can see it behind me. You may wish to use an unlined sketching pad in a larger 14 by 17 inch size with a heftier 60-pound weight of paper as recommended by author Tom Bird in his book, The Call of the Writer's Craft. At the writing of this book, I have not tested out this size, so go for it if it resonates. And that flows easily. Ballpoint or gel pens are ideal. Any other writing utensil will stick in the nap of the paper, making your write experience tedious. Next, you're going to need crayons. Go for the best brand. The less expensive brands are too waxy and not as saturated in pigment. Crayons are the preferred drawing media. They invoke the child within like no other media. We're allowing the innocent creative part of us to open up and show us the way to light the creative fires within once again. If you have an aversion to crayons for any reason, first I suggest that you investigate the reason why. There may be an emotional component attached to crayons, most likely from childhood, that you need to work through in order to move past this. Clients who have a repulsion to crayons for any reason will find another medium better suited for them. But they do find that crayons actually come to their aid during this process. So if you're one who has a dislike for crayons, have them on hand at the ready anyway. Go back to them periodically to test your repugnance acceptance. Crayons reach unconscious parts of you like no other medium. Color paper. You'll find these in assorted color packs in the printer copy paper section of your office supply store. Stay away from construction paper, it's too dry and coarse. The colored laser paper has lush colors and a surface that crayons like. And you'll also need a container to hold your supplies. Paper, notebook, pen, and, if possible, your crayons. I find that a simple, clear plastic zippered portfolio works best. This makes the whole process very portable. You can do it anywhere. And optionally, you might want a clipboard to hold your drawing paper so you have a firm surface in case you're drawing on your lap, floor, or sitting on a rock. Clients like to refer to this as their ignition kit. Make this kit as portable and convenient as possible. Over time, you'll grow an appreciation of the compact nature of your ignition kit. Notes from others on the tools. Client Shakti Siva Simran said, I am loving my ignition kit. This is my mothership and I slipped a portfolio inside so I can adapt for smaller scale nature forays. Since I'm tough on things, I went for durability. Seeing it all together made my inner wild woman artist salivate a bit. So glad I splurged for the 120 colors. Talk about a hit of visual abundance. Big fun. Chantal Paquette says about crayons, from a visual standpoint, it's quite obvious there is a great difference. However, I have to admit it. I am walking out on a limb here because I don't have the real answer to your question yet, but I must insist that I did follow the process for the first 2 days. Although my mind was somewhat closer by for the first 2 days, I was nonetheless in contact with something other than my mind as well. I will tell you something, though. Using the crayons instead of pastels, and this was for me the first time in my life, is what freed me from my mind. Crayons do not translate my inner vibrancy and passionate nature at all, and certainly not my inner child. I think my inner child is happy swimming with flashing and dazzling colors. It has lived in despair and darkness, literally and metaphorically, for so long, but now it has never been as happy since it's been getting its hands all dirty with pastels. Even my table is beginning to look like shit. Anyone coming into my dedicated room for all forms of creation now is not going to recognize the Chantel, the logic mind, and obsessed perfectionist. They might even think that I've become irresponsible. But I don't care. Oh, but I am a special breed of logical rebel, if there is such a thing. Igniting client Rosden Moore says about crayons. I was very more at home with the cut and paste of colored papers. I grew up as the youngest, and my brothers might have taunted me mostly about crayons being for babies. By age 6, my preferred medium was those slick-colored pencils, never to look back at the lowly crayon. So to revisit them has been an interesting mix of remembering the condemnation over them and enjoying them on my own when no one was looking. The one day when I felt utterly despondent last week, the crayons were a great medium to scribble hard and seemingly endlessly as a way of venting. And that's when the grandmothers show up. That blew my mind and gave me a better understanding of where this whole process can lead. Let's make space to create.